welcome back, everybody, to Lyndhurst Community News. Today is Wednesday, October 15th, and this is actually the 100th episode, which gives me the opportunity to use this cool little feature of my soundboard here. All right? This is the applause when I announce, as this is the 100th episode. Let me have some fun here. All right. Yeah, this soundboard that I have here, it's called the Rode soundboard. It's excellent. I can Bluetooth in the iPhone, which is how I can occasionally do interviews, and it's a lot of fun. But yes, today is our 100th episode. That now, of course, this has been on for over 2 years because not every week I do an episode, especially in the summertime when there's nothing going on. And for the longest time, I was doing them weekly. And for those of you who listen regularly, as you've noticed, I have not been doing them weekly. And the reason being, too, is that just not enough going on from one week to another. Like, not much has changed. So I don't want to just start talking about useless things. But we got some good stuff to go through today. And, boy, the Golden Bears are looking great. Yeah, they murdered Elmwood Park 52-0 this past Friday. And now it's time for the playoffs. So they have the NJIC crossover games have already been announced. Coach Tuero put them out there. It's a very, very big 2 weeks ahead for them. It's do or die. So this Saturday, 6 p.m. at home, they're going to be facing off against Glen Rock. And Friday, October 24th, they're going to be facing off at Park Ridge High School at 7 p.m. So really rigorous couple of weeks for the Bears coming up here. So we want to wish the Bears, and we want to wish Coach Tuero and all the coaches the best of luck. You always make us proud anyway, so because you always go above and beyond and you always do your best. And for all of us, that's what matters most, making us proud. You do a great job, Coach, and we wish you the best of luck. And, of course, I'll be reporting back on anything that happens here throughout the playoffs. Okay, if you're looking for something to do this weekend, this Saturday, in fact, it's not even in the evening. This is at 5:30 p.m. So Our Lady of Mount Carmel Church is proud to announce the continuation of its successful monthly faith-based family movie night series, and they call it Saturday Night at the Movies, and it's held at Parish Hall, 146 Copeland Avenue. That'll be this Saturday, October 18th. At 5:30 p.m. Now, this month's film will be the much-acclaimed, uplifting, fact-based film called Blue Miracle, which came out in 2021. It's starring Dennis Quaid, who plays a washed-up boat captain who must partner with a bunch of orphans for a chance to win a cash prize at a fishing tournament to save their orphanage. That sounds like a great story. So Blue Miracle was nominated for the 2022 GMA Dove Award for Most Inspirational Film of the Year. And the film also won the Epiphany Prize for the Most Inspiring Movie. Pastor and Father Ernie Rush will moderate a lively Q&A discussion after the film. There will be pizza. Delicious homemade meatball sandwiches and beverages will be available for purchase. But there is free popcorn, and the admission is free. So that's great. 5:30 Saturday afternoon. It's a great way to go and eat dinner, watch a movie, be with friends, and sharing a good discussion afterwards. So that's this Saturday, Our Lady of Mount Carmel Church. Okay, and on Saturday, October 25th, which would be next Saturday, the Lyndhurst Junior Football is hosting a football and cheer fun day. A spectacular night of games, food, and fun. This will be from 4:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. at Lyndhurst High School. So get ready for a spectacular evening of games, food, and community fun as Lyndhurst Junior Football and Cheer invites families, friends, and fans to an unforgettable fun day celebration. There will be food vendors there where you can enjoy delicious eats and treats from local favorites. There will be inflatables and rock walls for climbing, perfect for the kids and adventure seekers. And at night, there will be a special event drone light show, a breathtaking performance in between the junior and senior games. So come on down, put that on your calendar for Saturday, October 25th, 4 p.m., 4:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. at the Lyndhurst High School. Now, if you're someone who gets a flu vaccine every year, today at the health department was the first day they are available, but the second time will be October 29th from 9 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. Now, that's at the health department at 253 Stuyvesant Avenue. So they recommend making an appointment, obviously. So call 201-804-2500 to make an appointment for your flu shot. Again, that will be October 29th from 9 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. at 253 Stuyvesant Avenue at the health department. And it's never too early to plan ahead, but Saturday, November 15th, the Lyndhurst Music Association is presenting Follow the Yellow Brick Road, a Tricky Tray fundraiser. Yes, join them for a whimsical evening inspired by the magic of Oz, complete with exciting prizes, music, and community fun, all in support of the Lyndhurst Music Association. Again, Saturday, November 15th, this will be from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. The doors open at 6:30 p.m. It's a BYOR, which means bring your own refreshments. Only people, you have to be 18 or older. No children will be there allowed that day. And that will be, again, at the Lyndhurst Senior Center at 250 Cleveland Avenue. And one of the great things there for that night, there will be a performance by our amazingly talented Lyndhurst High School Jazz Band. The admission is $30 a person, and it includes one sheet of level 1 tickets, coffee, tea, and dessert. Cash payments only. No admission sales at the door. Name, you must check in required upon arrival. And if you have any questions, text 201-403-1966 for payment details or questions. And it's that scary time of the year. As we approach Halloween, Lyndhurst is going to have, once again, its annual Halloween parades. One of our great community traditions that we do here, folks, and it's a great deal of fun. That's going to be on Friday. Let's see here. Friday? Yeah, wow. Usually it's on a Saturday. So anyway, get your costumes ready. The Township of Lyndhurst annual Halloween parade is set to fill the streets with fun and frights on Friday, October 31st. And it will be presented, of course, by Commissioner David Mateen and the Parks Department. And the festivities will commence at 3:30 p.m. at the Town Hall Park on Delafield Avenue. And participants are encouraged to arrive promptly to line up and show off their creative costumes before the parade steps off. So the parade actually kicks off at 4:10 p.m., marching through the center of town. Children of all ages are welcome to participate, and as a special treat, everyone with a costume will receive a commemorative goodie bag, courtesy of the Department of Parks and Recreation. So again, that's Friday, October 31st, and the parade itself kicks off at 4:10 p.m. Now, just be aware that the fall hydrant flushing has begun. The Department of Public Works has put out a bulletin, and they will be flushing and beginning flushing on or about Tuesday, October 14th, so that was yesterday, through the end of the month, October 30th. And flushing is only conducted Monday through Thursday, so it's not going to be on the weekends. And it's done between the hours of 6:30 p.m. and 10:30 p.m. Now, just be advised, be aware that if in the next 2 weeks you turn on your faucets and you get some brown water, it could happen. That's from the flushing. All you have to do is just let the water run for a while, and all of that will be cleared out. So this is something we do annually. It has to be done. It keeps, make sure that the hydrants are working, but it also helps flush out a lot of the sediment in our water mains, which is a good thing. So just keep that in mind. All right, now, being that it is October, Joe Cafone, our official Lyndhurst historian who's written the Lyndhurst history book, My Lyndhurst, has given us some info here about some of the historical things that have happened during the month of October throughout Lyndhurst's history. Let's see what we have here. October 9th, 1903. The Passaic River overflows its banks during a great storm that flooded a large portion of the northwest corner of the township. I don't think anybody remembers that, obviously. October 7th, 1913, the first Board of Commissioners election was held. Arthur A. Clay was elected mayor. He was joined by Commissioners Charles J. Rogers and Thomas W. Walsh. Meetings were held on Mondays at the Odd Fellows Hall, which is still standing, by the way. That's at 505 Valley Brook Avenue. That was considered the de facto town hall at the time. Remember, the town was very small. We only had 3 commissioners instead of 5. And this is 2 years after the Walsh Act, which is what created commission government, became law in the state of New Jersey. Before this, Lyndhurst was governed by township committee. Under Walsh Act government, each commissioner heads a specific department. And to this day, we still have it, and I think it works fine. October 1916, the Kingsland Fire Company No. 4 begins operations. The firehouse was found on Kingsland Avenue near what is now Anthony Court. I'll bet you didn't know that. Let's see here. October 13th, 1918, Patrolman William Sparta became the second LPD officer to die in the line of duty. A lot of people don't realize that. We've lost several police officers over the years in the line of duty. And thank God haven't had that happen in 60, 70 years, thank God. I think the last one was 1947. I'm not sure. October 25th, 1921, School Safety Patrol Program. The Patrol Boys were inaugurated. They even had little badges. I remember them when I was a kid because they would have them in the schools, although they still didn't have the junior School Safety Patrol at that time. But that was 1921. October 30th, 1930, Lyndhurst Police Reserves were formed. We don't have the police reserve anymore, but some of you may remember the police. Those are all volunteers, and they would generally check the schools and handle accidents and, direct traffic during accidents. 1945, October, the Lyndhurst AMVETS was formed. That's our American Veterans Organization down at the foot of New York Avenue. So that was all from Joe Cafone, some interesting historical tidbits for the month of October. All right. I saved this for last, of course. But so it looks like the Lyndhurst Diner property, which again includes the old Churchill's next door to the left, as well as the house behind it. It's nearly an acre. As you know, that was sold several years ago. And for all this time, nobody who bought it had come to the township to even discuss what they were thinking of doing with that. And as you know, we all sat on pins and needles praying that someone wasn't going to come and say, well, I want to build apartments, because they would have been able to put at least 100 apartments there. And heaven forbid, we have enough traffic in town, and we wouldn't be able to say no. We could only hopefully have them lessen the number because of the affordable housing laws in this state. It takes the power away from the communities to really decide how much development that they want, which is unfortunate. But I have it on pretty much the best authority you can get that it's not going to be apartments. It's going to be a quick check. And I'm assuming as well, quick checks also have gas stations, so it will include a gas station. However, I know a lot of people don't like the idea of those kinds of stores, but it will not be a 24-hour quick check. So it will be closed overnight. So that's the mystery. The long mystery has finally been solved. That's what's going to happen down there. Still no news on any other plots. A couple of applications will be coming in. And next week I will have something to report, but I have to wait until next week when I get more information, and I will report back to you at that time. There's also been several new businesses opening, food eateries and things of the sort in town. I'm going to be doing some coverage on that. I know I used to do that all the time, and I haven't done it. My schedule's just been erratic, and I've been busy with other projects, but I do want to get back to that because this is really, I enjoy doing this podcast just because it's really about keeping the community tight and together, keeping people informed of important things as well as what's going on around the community. And I appreciate all of you who send your club, school, sport, whatever information in. Don't forget birthdays and anniversaries of note as well. And our email address here is LyndhurstCommunityNews@gmail.com. You send me anything you've got, and we will feature it here. So, as I said, probably won't be back. I will probably come on next week just to tell you the bit of news I want to tell you. But as I say, I need a little confirmation, and if there's anything else going on, I'll share it with you then. If not, we'll go back to our regular every 2-week schedule. But I always tell you, if something goes on, I will absolutely keep you all informed. Totally forgot about this. I didn't look at my notes. Did you know that Lyndhurst has its own AM radio station? Yeah, and we've had it since 2003. Now, 1700 AM, check it out. If you live up on the hill, you may not get a clear transmission because we have all the other radio towers right down below you. If you live in the lower part of town, it should be much better. Now, this is for emergency management purposes. In fact, it's quite odd. Now, it was my brother organized it as emergency management coordinator. And it's very odd because now when I go on there, you still hear his voice making the announcement of the station, and which is odd but also comforting to hear his voice. And I will actually be recording because his son, my nephew, took over now emergency management, so he's going to send me some things to record. And again, it's all think of it this way. Remember when Sandy happened? We had no cell service, we had no phone, no people lost electricity. How are you going to communicate? How are you going to know what's going on? Well, one of the things I always have is I've got one of those. I have plenty of batteries should the need be there, but I have one of those emergency radios where you could wind it and it will play, and it also has a light on it. You know, these things can happen, but the only way you're going to be able to get emergency information is going to be over the radio waves, because if you can't go online and your cell systems are down, this is the way to go. So check it out. You're not going to really hear anything special right now. In fact, I think a lot of what's on there is old, but we will be updating it, and you'll be able to find out during an emergency, God forbid, what's going on and where to go if something needs to be done. And again, because we're talking about emergencies, don't forget that we have a volunteer fire department and we have a volunteer first aid squad that covers the night for us here. And we need to always remember how important it is to take care of our volunteers, because the day's going to come, folks, it's inevitable, where we're going to have to start having paid daytime fire department. It's inevitable. It's going to happen. We're not getting the volunteers we used to get. Unfortunately, the numbers are way down. So that's going to happen. So let's make sure that we take care of our volunteers who are here now, volunteering and risking their lives. And also don't forget that the fire department always reminds us to check your smoke detector batteries and check your CO2 batteries. Make sure, because they save lives, and we know they do, because we saw last year in Lyndhurst where we had one house fire where the lives were saved because of it, and another house fire where a life was lost because it wasn't there. So make sure you have them. You can get these new smoke detectors with the 10-year lithium batteries, so they're disposable. After 10 years, when it starts chirping, throw it away and get a new one. Makes matters much easier. Other than that, basically that's it, folks. As I always remind everybody, a community is not its buildings, its roads, or its homes. It is its people. Get to know your neighbors, especially elderly neighbors. Look after them, especially the cold weather's coming. See if they need something from the store, if the weather's bad. That's how we keep community strong, and that's what makes Lyndhurst so wonderful. So until I talk to you again, folks, this is Brian Haggerty wishing you a wonderful week. God bless you all, and God bless Lyndhurst.